Spirit Otter here, and well, last time we started questioning Miss Oldbag. Oh boy. And let's keep going, shall we? Sorry, I'm a bit tired today, but let's keep going. I never said anything I don't mean, mind you. The morning during those run-throughs of the action scene, Powers tripped and fell. I saw Powers trip and fall. I can read. It broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now have a look at the picture. See, he's dragging his leg. See, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
Okay.
He broke one of the props. What prop did he break? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Lucky I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. Yeah! Better write this down in the court record. So, let me take a look at something, actually. It's been broken! Now, how the heck is this the freaking murder weapon? Just asking. Like, I suppose if you try hard enough, anything could be a murder weapon, but seriously. Alright, so... Hold it. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So, Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then? Oh, her. She was cleaning up some backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' sprained ankle.
You may continue your testimony.
He broke one of the props. Apparently he sprained his... Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we heard enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... Where's the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. It's clear that this person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right.
I'm going to object here. Hold it right there! We keep talking about possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point.
I also wonder if someone not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Uh-oh. Will the witness please continue her testimony? No need to ask twice.
gosh, what do you have up your sleeve now?
At the time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studios before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I saw something there. I think I've got something. So, I remember something. It says photo number 2. So, care to explain this, Miss Oldbag?
Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. The photo was taken by the camera at the gate from the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anybody passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway. Is it true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data?
Oh, you know, if you wanted, you could work at the studio. We might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo.
Note that on the back of the photo printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m.,
photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken on October 5th at 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd?
There we go.
Shouldn't this be photo number 1 if it was really the only photo? Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not only 1, but 2 people went to the studio on that day. Yet there's only data for one of these photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Watch your mouth, you whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice, which means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
Don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Huh? Believe me, I want to. I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are, whippersnapper, too.
Whippersnapper? Something wrong, Miss Oldbag.
Ha! That's right! I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please. The other person.
Every day after I finish up my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, you can begin your cross-examination. Well, I'd say that was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yeah. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking, well, Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. What did you throw out? Well, who the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Oh, yeah.
The grate has been loose for quite a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in.
Come through the drain? Yeah, what are these guys? Cockroaches? Jeez.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Oh, of course, they're kids. Kids do stupid shit. Kids! So the one on the photo that you erased.
It was a boy. Probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What? Feel bad for calling a kid a cockroach now? Oh, gosh. Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on the way to the studios that day. One was a steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes. Well, you see, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible? I think it's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. I'd like to take a 5-minute recess, but I want the defense and prosecution to consider this new information. What was that, Beans? Alright. And not forgetting any vital information this time. Alright, so... Mr. WP? Yes? Oh, jeez, that was... Tell me straight, were you in your dressing room? Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest! So who was the steel samurai in the security photo? How should I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have taken it, really.
What? You should have taken better care of your stuff. Couldn't imagine anyone wanted to steal a steel samurai costume, so where does this leave me? Doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else who could have conceivably done this. Right. It'll take him so long to shoot us down that we get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't say like that. Alright. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you please present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy, roughly the age of 10 years of age. The photo we do not have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else who could have committed this crime. I'm calling for a guilty verdict for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let's hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware, this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. Funny! Considering what's been happening throughout this court, but okay. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't already high enough. So, who is this person other than Mr. Will Powers who could have committed the murder? The security lady. It was the security lady, Mister, where did I get that from? It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Huh? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in the picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Mrs. Oldbag to you! Mrs. Oldbag was standing alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes #2, baby! Oh boy, Phoenix. Huh? That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump in with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Really? What? What's that supposed to mean? So y'all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now... press it further! I'm not giving her a break! No way! The very same reasoning that makes Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day.
But why would I do something horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget, Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Oh, there's gonna be some hard feelings.
Wait just a minute. What about that other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photos I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though. You said in second or third grade, wasn't it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it be nice to kids and mean to your elders, Dave, Miss Whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. What's the proof that the boy cannot commit his murder? Oh! Key card! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was in Studio 1. However, you need a key card to enter Studio 1. How can a boy with no formal relations to the studio have a key card? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy... What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. That the prosecution will look into this further... into this Oldbag further before we continue. That is all. Court is adjourned. Woo!
Wait a second! I'm not just gonna sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking.
Wicked music though. Oh great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Oh, Maya, I love you. Miss Oldbag, what is this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By who? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify! This is gonna go on a little long, but I'm pretty sure we're almost done, so I'm gonna keep going. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder.
They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to pretend I just hadn't been there at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away with it scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. The witness witnessed the power of Oldbag. That's right, your cross-examination. Yep, I will do this real quick. So you were told not to talk?
That's right. By studio... Oh, and TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Who are these people?
Well, the director, the producer for starters.
Director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without the director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all through the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked my questions, but yeah, I'm done. I got everything I need, Your Honor. Oops. Oopsies. We have learned that there were others at Global Studios that day. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet we stand here. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather the information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these people who have just been told of. Ooh, he does not look happy. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. Court is adjourned. Alrighty then. I'm gonna just finish this up and then we're gonna call it a video. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I say...
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up as witnesses, and they'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. Read, damn it! Gosh darn it, Spirit, you need to read. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just trying to buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take pressure off of Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusations. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. And we're done for now. So this may be a bit of a long one, but yep. Catch y'all next time for our investigation. Bye!